I'd like to introduce our next speaker, who is April Woods. You just saw her in the video that was played. April is a guest at Emmaus House, which is the community of halfway houses for women in Saginaw that's run by Sister Marietta Fritz. We asked April to join us today because we're so proud of her and the progress she has made in such a short time. She teaches us by her very presence about the goodness of God, and she shows us through her very hard work and determination how we change hearts and lives when we work together. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome April Woods.
Hi, how everybody doing tonight, this afternoon? Thank you, Cammie. And you're right, I've been a guest at Sister Marietta's house, not just once, she welcomed me back a second time. But now I'm looking forward to being more than just a guest. I have a job, I'm working hard, and if things go as planned, I'll be a manager at one of the 14 houses that's part of the Emmaus community. And if that doesn't sound like such a big deal to you, let me tell you why. I'm 39 years old, and this is the first time in my life somebody believed in me like Sister Marietta. Because of her, I have just begun to live. I was raised in Flint, my dad wasn't around, and my mom tried to work to take care of us, so she wasn't around much either. And that was all I needed to do what I wanted to do. By the time I was 13, I didn't know much about life, but I knew one thing. I liked to drink and smoke marijuana and party, so I slid right into that lifestyle. Then, when I was 16, I met a 49-year-old man who promised me the world. However, when I left home with him, I didn't know his world involved crack cocaine. And I sure didn't expect him to beat me up all the time. One day, he put a knife to my throat and made me smoke crack. I was so scared of the crack, but I was more scared of the knife. So I told myself, maybe if we did the drugs together, he wouldn't beat me as much. Then that's when I formed a habit. Life went downhill real quick after that. For the next 14 years, I tried to get off drugs. I even went back to school to become a certified medical assistant and a phlebotomist. But eventually, my addiction took over, and I lost all my professional certifications. So to feed my addiction, I started shoplifting and messing with checks and credit cards. I was caught and sent to prison for 1.5 years. But that was just a temporary timeout because when I was released, I went right back to using. I didn't have any structure in my life, nothing I could count on except for getting high. I was arrested again and spent 1 year in the county jail, and that's where I met a woman who said, "You need to write Sister Marietta." So I was like, well, who is Sister Marietta? But I wrote her in faith, and I said, my name is April, I have a drug problem, I'm tired of living the way I'm living. Do you have a bed for me? And she wrote me back real quick. That's why it was real quick, like 2-3 days. And she said if I was ready to change my life around, she had a bed for me. And that was a little over 5 years ago. And at first I did pretty good. But I didn't take advantage of the help and the programs available to me, and I wasn't entirely honest with myself at first. So I got into more trouble. But this time it was really bad. I fell hard and I hit rock bottom. I didn't care about nothing but drugs. I even stole from my grandmother, the one who always loved me the most. I went to jail again, but this time was different. All my options was gone. My family was tired of me and I was tired of me. I couldn't even pray to God because the way I saw it, I didn't qualify for no more as his assistance. I lived my life so recklessly, I thought God had already saved me once he wouldn't do it again. But Sister Marietta wasn't tired of me. She said, well, Jesus always takes us back. So she let me come back to the Emmaus house. And she told me she believed in me. She believed in me. You know, when somebody believes in you, everything changes. This time I stopped playing games with myself. And I started to attend therapy sessions. I went to Narcotics Anonymous every day. I started praying to God. And I know if Sister Marietta hadn't have took me back, I would have ended up back in the streets because I had nowhere else to go and no one else to turn to. And that would have been the end, I know it. But here I am, having the best life I've ever known in 39 years because I made it through. I'm not scared anymore. I can see my future, and it's really bright. Best of all, I've been clean for more than 3 years. And yesterday I got a call for interview for my dream job, which is to be a recovery coach at a local treatment facility. So I have that interview tomorrow at 3:30. Now, you know, the work of Sister Marietta and all the sisters of Notre Dame, you know it's an inside job. What comes from the heart reaches the heart, and what reaches the heart changes lives. My heart and my life has been changed, and I am blessed, and for that I'm so grateful. Thank you.